guys, little Aussie Mel here doing my week 28, week 28 I think, post-op VSG update. Straight into the numbers. So my highest weight was 105 kilos or 231 pounds. My pre-op diet starting weight was 97.4 kilos or 214 pounds. And my weight today is 71.5 kilos or 157.3 pounds, which is a 0 loss for the week or a maintain. So I'm not at all surprised by that. I actually was expecting a gain. The first time I jumped on the scale, it was actually a 200-gram gain, and then I weighed myself another 3 times after that, and it was, and it was 200 grams lower than that, so I maintained. So, very close to having a gain, which I haven't had at all since my operation. So why is this? Definitely this week I've had a lot of stress, a lot of stuff on my mind, and I've just reverted back to a lot of bad behaviours. I've hardly been drinking any water. What haven't I been doing? I've been snacking. I've been eating chocolate. Just stress eating, and just falling off the wagon with all the good habits that I've built up. I mean, look, it's not like terribly so, because of, I'm lucky that I've got my sleeve, but definitely this would have been a week where pre-op I would have regained a kilo or 2 from just it's not a deliberate attempt to sabotage things or a consciously deliberate attempt to sabotage myself. It's just mindless eating, being distracted on everything else that's going around in my mind, and turning to food to try and quieten that voice down, I think. So anyway, so I've got an appointment with my psychologist on Friday, which will be good timing. And anyway, I've Saturday and Sunday I sort of started kicking myself in the butt a little bit, and I've focused on water and taking my vitamins, and I threw out there was just stuff floating around the house, like for the kids, so like plain like milk coffee biscuits and just snacky stuff that I've been good in not buying, so that it just wasn't there to just mindlessly grab at. And so some of that had sort of crept back into the house, so I just threw it all in the bin. The kids don't need to eat that anyway. They should be eating fruit and yogurt and healthy stuff. So so back on track. Next week will be a loss, I'm sure of it. What else? So this week, so it was my second week of the Couch to 5K running app this week, and that went dismally. I had, so I was planning, my exercise days are Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the running, and Monday and Wednesday I started the app, and so you do like a 5-minute power walk warm up, and then you do like splits of jogging and walking, and only like 3 or 4 minutes into the jogging part, I got an excruciating stitch on one side of my stomach on both Monday and Wednesday. And it wasn't even at a point, like I wasn't even huffing and puffing yet. I was still perfectly able and willing to keep going. But the stitch just made it impossible for me to continue. So then Friday I didn't even bother trying, to be honest. I think that's probably a lot to do with the lack of water this week, dehydration and that kind of stuff. So so I've been focusing on that for like rehydrating the last 2 days. So I'm going to try jump back on the treadmill again tonight, and hopefully see if that's helped in that area. So I'm doing the C2 5K app because I want to do a 5.7K run in July for the Gold Coast Airport Marathon, and actually got free tickets for me and my girlfriend that's doing it with me on the weekend. So that came, it's like $70 each to compete, so it was like $140 score. So yeah, so that was kind of good motivator to just get back on track with everything and not lose sight of the prize, I guess. Friday I had a meet up with some Gold Coast ladies. There was Wendy, Melinda, Rochelle, Latia and Jodie. I think that was everybody. Yeah, so that was really great to meet everybody and see how they're going. So everyone there was post-op except for Jodie. She's still sort of in all the pre-op phases of sorting everything out. So everyone was looking fantastic. I'd never met Latia or Rochelle before, and actually when I saw Latia, she was standing behind us in the line to sort of go into the pub where we were having lunch, and I kind of turned back to see who was standing behind us, took one look at her and thought, oh, she can't be with us, because she just looked so amazing. She's yeah, just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, they're all gorgeous ladies, but yeah, I would never have thought that that Tia was a weight loss surgery patient. So I also said on Facebook during the week that I'm going to do a Q&A video with my sister this week. So if you've got any questions you'd like to ask, post them below. I've already had some really good ones come in on Facebook. I know a lot of people sort of have interesting family dynamics when there's a skinny member of the family, especially for girls. There can be a competitive aspect to that. So yeah, my sister's always been slim growing up and I was the overweight one, so we've always had a really good relationship, but yeah, I'm just keen to get her thoughts on some things. It's probably something that we've never really spoken about, my weight issues and things. Maybe, if I told her I was on a diet and that I wanted to lose weight, that's probably like the extent that we talked about it. We've never really talked about how it really affected me in my life. So that should be interesting, even just for myself, for us to have that conversation. I'm not sure when we'll do that. Maybe I'm seeing it tonight, so we may even do it tonight. So if you do want to ask a question, comment soon with your question. Otherwise, you might miss the chance. But otherwise, I might hold off to later in the week. I'll see. What else? Yeah, I was doing some research for my uni degree, and which is in psychology. But I just happened to start Googling, like within the uni library resources about VSG research, and there was two interesting studies that I just thought I'd share. There was one that talked about they compared post-op food choices of rats that they gave VSG to, and they found that even rats, like they gave them the option of eating high sugar, high fat foods or healthy foods post-op, and they all made healthier food choices post-op. So I thought that was really interesting. It just sort of confirms that there is a physical shift towards healthy food, not just about knowing that you need to eat healthy. There's obviously physical factors that drive that that new way of eating. So that was interesting. And then there was another one that talked about how overweight women who had VSG, or it was just weight loss surgery in general, I think for that one, actually reduced their children's chances of being obese, even just by themselves having the surgery, even if there's a genetic predisposition towards obesity. Yeah, just the simple fact of being a good role model with healthy food choices, and the food portions, the portion sizes of meals and things like that just naturally being reduced had a very positive impact on the family in general. So that was good. And then another study I just was reading last night was they took two women and who had weight loss surgery, and they interviewed them at 4 different times throughout a 2-year period post-op, and they looked at their lived experience in the world after having surgery and sort of compared their thoughts and feelings and interpretation of things sort of at 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 years and 2 years post-op. And I just wanted to share with you some of the comments that the researcher made in the conclusion. because I just thought it was really, well, it just really struck a chord with me, I guess. So the researcher said, weight loss enabled the women to take a meta perspective on former unsorted feelings and recapture their inner self. They were rescued from obesity and restored to a more authentic, socially legitimised and disciplined self. And yeah, I couldn't agree with that more. And what a wonderfully positive thing to be able to get out of weight loss surgery. Yeah, so very quick video today, actually. That's 10 minutes. Yeah, quicker than my usual ones of late. Yeah, so keep an eye out for the video with my beautiful sister Alia later in the week. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful week and catch you next time. Bye.